So how long does it take for your tendons to be conditioned for arm wrestling? That's what I'm going to talk about right here. Or how long does it take for your arms to not feel that beginner pain? By beginner pain, I mean that toothache pain in your elbow. You know what I'm talking about if you've arm wrestled. And honestly, that pain never really goes away, but it really is substantially less after about 2-3 years of consistent training. And it really only comes mostly when you're getting pulled through and when you're having like a really hard table training. If you're having smart table training and you're not going all out, then you potentially might not even have the pain whatsoever. Like there'll be days or weeks where I go almost every day arm wrestling and I don't have that pain, just because either I'm stronger than the people I'm arm wrestling with and it's more technique work, more pump work, instead of actually a hard work that kind of like destroys your tendons basically. So basically 2 to 3 years of consistent training will get you to the point where the elbow fatigue, that shocking pain isn't as significant. It'll still come back, especially if you take a break. That's one thing I noticed. Like if I took like a month or two off of arm wrestling on the table and then I get back on the table and compete and have like a tournament or like a really hard practice, then I'll be super sore just because my body isn't used to doing it as consistently. It's just kind of like muscle soreness in a way, where if you're lifting consistently and your muscles are getting that stimulus, then over time you're not going to be as sore. You're going to need more of a stimulus to be sore because your body is more used to it. So it's kind of the same concept with arm wrestling. Just know if you're a beginner and you have that elbow pain, that shooting, like almost a toothache in your elbow from arm wrestling, that it will go down. It will go down. Just be consistent and be smart with how you train around it. Don't try and, if it's really hurting, don't try and push through it always, but instead it's still wise to get table time, but do it smart and do it at a low intensity, meaning that you're not going all out, you're not getting pulled through, you're not like really trying to pin, you're doing more technical work and stuff like that. You're just not going all out and trashing your tendons even more. So I would say 2 to 3 years before that tendon pain is not really as significant. And really in this amount of time, it's your tendons are getting stronger. So as they say, like with beginners, the tendons aren't as developed. That's one of the things that separates like a experienced arm wrestler, is just the years and years of the static training of holding on their tendons and having solid tendons to where your arm doesn't separate as much because you're strong and you're used to just being strong in a static position like that. So that's why 2 to 3 years is another time frame where your tendons, you'll notice by then, if you've been doing it consistently for your first 2 to 3 years, that your tendons are at that point getting pretty solidified. They're getting stronger. You're able to hold better. You're able to create some type of locks in certain positions where you train in and you're stronger in. By lock, I mean the lock is basically just a static strength and keeping everything contracted and keeping everything solid and not being separated. So that will come with about 2 to 3 years of consistent table training. I hope this encourages some beginners, because and really the more consistent you are, the quicker that process is going to happen in terms of solidifying your tendons and getting stronger. So that's why I recommend to beginners really just get as much table time as possible and try and work around that elbow pain. Just be smart about it. Don't try and make it worse or try and make it unenjoyable, because at the end of the day, it has to be enjoyable for it to be long lasting. When it comes to arm wrestling, you have to want to do it, and ways to make that happen are, if you're hurting, for example, just get blood flow, or even still get table time, but super light, and tell the person you're practicing with, hey, let's just do like a static hold as long as possible. Let's go like maybe 50% effort and just work our way through the positions instead of just going all out, because the going all out and the getting separated is when you have the tendon pain. So I hope this helps some beginners, and stay strong, keep grinding. Those tendons are gonna get stronger and stronger. The lock will get stronger and stronger. Even me, I'm about 3 years in, and I find myself looking back and thinking, I thought I was pretty strong a year ago. I thought I was pretty strong 2 years ago. But then when I look at some of the videos and I realize I'm much stronger now, even though I thought I was strong then. So it only goes upwards as long as you're consistent. And that's really the main thing. Just gotta love arm wrestling. Thank you for watching. Hit like. I'm gonna do a lot more videos talking about arm wrestling topics, because I think this is these are informative videos, and they can be helpful because there's always beginners out there who would like to have access to information such as this. And I've been very passionate about arm wrestling for 3 years since I started, so I want to give back and continue to do videos like this. So thank you for watching.